Alright, what are my top 6 diet books so you can rethink what you put in your mouth? If you're a history buff, The Omnivore's Dilemma is an excellent book, really explaining the existential crisis that we have as being the only species who have to decide what we have to eat for dinner. The Hungry Brain is a great way for you to understand that the reason we're gaining weight is something to do with our heads and nothing to do with our metabolisms. We can talk about calories in versus calories out all day, but at the end of the day, our brain is actually the calorie counter, and it's the one that's going to decide what our weight's going to get to. The End of Overeating was an excellent book for you to get a backstage look at how food is made at major restaurants like Cheesecake Factory, Starbucks, things like that. You start to realize very quickly that when you want to eat something in moderation, the other side of the equation, the person preparing the food, doesn't want you to eat the food in moderation. And that's why a lot of the ultra-processed foods are just very, very difficult to eat in moderation because they're not designed to be eaten in moderation. After reading this book, I seriously couldn't eat out for like 6 months. This is a newer book, Ultra Processed People. This was excellent and talks about the role of food additives and the processing of food and how we're overeating and how it's causing and driving the obesity crisis. A key point in the book is that there's not a single ingredient in the food like seed oils or emulsifiers that are making the food bad. In reality, it's just everything together and the lack of nutrition in general that's in the food, because the food is processed in order to increase profit margins, not to be healthier. This book, The Dorito Effect, is really important about the aspect of flavor in our food and how the ability to uncouple flavor and nutrition has led to essentially the obesity crisis. We can make things that are not nutritious taste so good now that you eat them as if they are nutritious. And we've made nutritious food essentially taste bland. Every good diet requires good habits, so Atomic Habits was actually an excellent book for you to build better habits so that you can piece away the bad dietary habits over time. Okay, so those are my 6 book recommendations for starting off a diet. Let me know if that helps.